Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be making curried chicken and dumplings. Now first thing you're going to have is your chicken. Now I like to cut my chicken in smaller pieces, bite-sized pieces, to make it easier to cook, and also even when you're eating it, right? But you can go right ahead and cut it in the size that you're comfortable with. You can cut them as big as you like it or as small as you like. So I'm doing it in a size that I'm comfortable with. So once you're finished preparing, cutting them up, you want to go ahead and wash it. You can wash it with vinegar alone if you do. You can wash it with vinegar and lemon, vinegar and lime. You just use what you have. You don't need to go all the way out of your way to get stuff. Just use exactly what you have. So I'm going ahead and I'm washing it with some vinegar, and I have some lemon. I'm not going to do all of it on camera. Once I'm done, I use some paper towel, try to get rid of all the water. I'm also going to be using some natural seasoning. Now you could actually have your green seasoning, that's the one that's blended, and you normally keep it refrigerated. Now I don't have any of that right now, so I'm going ahead and I'm just dicing up some pieces of natural vegetables that I'll be using. So we have bell pepper, green, red, yellow, onion, scallion, and some garlic. Now if you have scotch bonnet pepper, you can go ahead and utilize that. I seldom cook with pepper because my family does not like pepper, so most of the time I'm cooking, you'll not see me using pepper here. But if you like the pepper, you can go ahead with it. Person says they like the spice. I actually put pepper in my food once I'm done cooking. But you know, if you're not cooking for yourself and persons does not like it, then don't torture them by cooking with it because you think it makes it nicer. Once I finish with that, I go ahead with some dry seasoning. I have some seasoning that I took with me from Jamaica, and I'll be going ahead and using it. Some chicken seasonings, all-purpose seasoning, and the paprika is actually, I bought it here, so that one is not from Jamaica. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to mix everything together. So here I'm going now with my dry seasoning. So just use whatever seasoning you have, the seasoning of your choice. Alright, I wouldn't say you have to use this or you must use that. Some people mix up their seasoning together and use it. Just use whatever you have. Just make sure it's well seasoned. I added a little oil. That is actually optional. You don't have to do it. Why I add the oil to it? Because it allows the season to soak quicker, because I didn't season my meat and put it down for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. No, so I'm mixing in everything together, and I'm not using a whole lot at this time, because when my chicken is almost done cooking, I'm going to be adding some more natural seasoning, including like thyme and some carrots and all of that. So I'm going ahead with just a little bit of oil, and then I'm going to mix it again together. As I said, this part is optional. You can also add the curry at this time. You can actually add the curry once it goes into the pot. So you can add the curry to the pot that you're cooking with, but sometimes I do it this way, add it to the chicken and also in the pot. Sometimes I just add it to the chicken alone and none in the pot. This time around, I'm just adding it to the chicken, and I will also put some in the pot. So I'm just going in with just a small amount of oil. You do not need a whole lot. I'm going to also go in with some garlic, and I'm also going with some curry. Not a whole lot again, because the chicken is already seasoned with curry. So you can do it this way. In another video, I will actually share it when you do the curry in the pot alone, and also do one where you just do the curry on the chicken alone, so you can have the variety. I like putting the garlic in there so it brings out some flavor. Do not let the seasoning burn, right? So you're gonna go ahead now, we're gonna add our chicken to the pot. I went ahead and I add the chicken to the pot, and I will just keep just a small amount of water in the basin or the pot that I'm using with my chicken, just to get rid of all the seasoning, all the goodness in that pot. So I'm going to be adding it back to this, just a small amount, and that's the only amount of water I'm going to be adding, because Gonna put my stove on medium to low heat. Why I do it this way, it allows the chicken to spring its own water, so there's no need to be adding water to cook your chicken. It will spring its own water. Look at that, beautiful. You're gonna cover and allow it to cook. Notice it's on medium, so medium to low. So you want to put it at 3, 4, 5. So this is maybe after about 15 minutes. Notice it's already springing the water. You want to mix everything together because you want to make sure the curry is spread amongst the entire pot, so everything gets touched with the curry. So we're going to mix it, and then we're going to cover the lid again, after which we're going to go in and make our dumplings. For the dumpling, we're going to be using flour. We're going to be using some cornmeal. We're using some salt as well. Once we have put all of those together, we're going to mix it. Between, so you gradually add your water in, as you see I'm doing here. Just take your time, mix everything together until this process is completing. So you're gonna be kneel and fold, mixing it around, adding a little water. So you're not gonna add a whole lot at a time. This is what my dough is looking like. Notice, not too hard, not too soft. Now you're going to take them into smaller balls, and then we're going to be making our dumplings. So this, now it depends on how big you want your dumplings to be. I don't like my dumplings to be very, very big. Want it to be medium sized to small. I will have like maybe 1 or 2 of these and I'm good. Now this is how I'm making my dumpling. Kind of make it into a ball, and then using my fingers to shape it so it can have this nice and round look. Sometimes I press it a little bit further when I'm going to add it to the pot, so it will be flat and nice. All right, so you don't have to make it this way, but this is the way I choose to make it at this time. Doing a second one so you can have another look. This is a great time to give the video a thumbs up if you are so far in the video. Thank you so much for sticking and staying. And if this is your first time on the channel and cooking is something you're interested in, then you can consider subscribing. Go right ahead and hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying the video so far. So these are my dumplings, and then I'm going to add them to the pot to cook. Now my chicken is almost ready. I'm going to go ahead and add some onion, some scallion, and some carrots. I added a little water because I want to make sure I have some gravy. And this is it, guys. Perfect dumpling and curried chicken. Serve him up, and we are going to be enjoying this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.